Hey everyone, welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts. We got Greg, Lucas, myself, Liam. Co-host Waz is not here yet again.
But we will be phoning him later today.
He'll be joining us, like Luke said, over the phone, especially when we get to the Bundesliga. He has lots to talk about and that subject. And Serie A, I guess. But if you are new to the 90th minute, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube, following us along on any and all of our social medias. The links are in the bio. Make sure you like the video, comment down below, get involved in the conversations. Let's kick it off. What is this hand gestures you doing here?
Lucas is so excited right now.
Let's kick it off. I think we're starting, like you said, with the FA Cup. Lucas, you're on top of the world. You are a Liverpool supporter.
Yep.
Best team in the world.
Mm-hmm. You had the badge today, yes.
And yet you drew 2-2 to Shrewsbury.
Probably our worst performance of the year, at least the second half.
I think your worst performance in a rather long time, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some bad ones. Like, we've actually lost matches, but...
Not to Shrewsbury.
Is Shrewsbury third league
No
or fourth
offense
league?
to Shrewsbury. If you're a Shrewsbury Town fan...
It's fantastic for you guys.
I give you a huge shout out. Yeah, this is a huge day for you guys.
You beat the best team in the world right now.
Yeah.
They didn't beat us. What are you
So
talking
they
about?
They
It's
drew.
it's a draw, but it's basically a win.
Yes,
It's a win in their books.
It's a victory for Shrewsbury.
Give them credit. Just don't give them too much credit.
They get to go to Anfield now.
I mean, yeah, that's an incredible experience. But, honestly, it was just, like I said, that second half was probably one of Liverpool's worst performances I've seen. Maybe
18 months kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't even think last season had a worse performance. Maybe one of the Napoli matches, but...
It does kick off, though, with Curtis Jones getting a goal for Liverpool.
Yep.
A good finish for him yet again. You know, he's getting good goals for you guys. If you were a regular side, he'd probably get first team minutes. But you're not a regular team now.
I wouldn't say first team minutes.
He'd be on the bench.
Off the bench.
He'd be off the bench.
Off the bench, yeah. But I wouldn't think
first team minutes, Lucas.
It's just good to see that Liverpool still has this upcoming youth
100%,
that's going to be
they're
there.
still producing young talent. You know, yes, they're brilliant right now, but on paper, at least, it looks like they'll be very good for the future, kind of thing.
Yeah, but things seemed quite comfortable for a bit. But throughout the first half, you could see some signs of Shrewsbury having some life in them. They got in behind our backline a handful of times. Sometimes they were offside, sometimes they weren't. Liverpool made some mistakes with some passing. Obviously, with Joel Matip and Lovren coming back from injury.
Great center back pairing right there.
I mean, hey, when they're fully fit, they can be great players.
Yes,
I think Matip at times this season was one of Liverpool's best players.
I agree. Matip has definitely improved since Van Dijk's arrival, I'd say.
But they just come back from they just come back from a pretty long injury.
Yeah.
And usually, say Liam,
this is both their first games since coming back, right?
So Liam, you wouldn't be in the best shape coming back from a long injury. You wouldn't be in the best shape either way. But
I'm not in great shape as it is. I mean, I am what I am, Lucas. Why are you trying to call me out every episode here? Last week it was because I had a bad hamstring.
I thought Lucas was going to call me out for my injury. I've been shit since I come back from my injury.
Well, you had a concussion. That's understandable.
No, I'm talking about in the summer when I sprained my ankle.
Broke his leg.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Moving on.
Yeah. It becomes 2-0 with an own goal from Mr. Love, I believe that was his name.
Yeah. I also wanted to mention it was also Fabinho's first start since his injuries came off the bench a few times. But that own goal from Love, yikes.
I didn't see it even.
It was like one of the most calmest own goals I've ever seen.
Okay.
It's just like the ball comes to him, he just passes it behind, like trying to get it behind for a corner kick. But just passes it calmly into his own net.
Fair enough. It is what it is.
Sometimes that just happens.
I mean, it's like, okay, I'm not making an analogy, but
analogies, man. It's a bad combination.
It is a bad combination. It honestly should never happen, but it's going to happen again.
No,
60th minute.
No.
60th minute is the turning point of this match. Jason Cummings comes off the bench for Shrewsbury. Now, I have watched Mr. Cummings play. He used to play at Hibs and Rangers.
Ex-Ranger
Is he a good player?
He's not great. I don't like him. He's got a bad tattoo.
I mean, I couldn't really tell.
He has a Joker mouth tattooed on his hand. He celebrates like Dybala, and it looks like he's smiling.
He didn't do that today?
He did do it today,
Oh,
twice.
I didn't notice it.
Twice he did it, Lucas, twice.
Lucas apparently wasn't watching the match.
I was probably annoyed that we conceded and didn't even pay attention.
Jason Cummings does score a brace to make it 2-2. in the 65th and 75th minutes. Absolute scenes.
Oh, yeah. First one was a penalty conceded by one of our youth players, Larucci. Yes. Some could argue it could have been a red card, but, a penalty, I think that's more than fair enough. And they take it, they score. Like, Shrewsbury, despite being down 2-0 and their fans just looking devastated after being 2-0.
They have life in them.
Yeah, they fight, and they kept putting pressure onto Liverpool's returning backline and, not strong backline at the moment.
It's good to see that a young team or a smaller team like that is going to come out from halftime and push back.
It's the magic. It's the magic of the FA Cup. You have these small teams going against some of the biggest teams in the world, and actually having that heart, having the home crowd behind them.
I haven't felt too much magic from the FA Cup this year, though.
This is magic right here.
I mean, this is one of the only few times I've seen some sort of magic.
Well, it's just because there's no one eating a pie on the field. I mean, that...
I don't care about someone eating a pie. I care about what's happening on the pitch.
That was a great FA Cup moment, Lucas. That'll go down as historically one of the best FA Cup moments in history.
Ruined by them having a Sun sponsorship on the kit.
That's okay.
But, yeah, then they get a second goal. Lovren gets nutmegged. Before that, Matip gets headed by the
best defenders in the world, Dejan Lovren.
Yeah, Lovren gets nutmegged so badly, and they score. They make it 2-2. Fair enough. Go crazy. Everyone's loving it. Shrewsbury fans running on the pitch. You love to see it.
Yes, you do.
Unfortunately,
you don't like to see it.
Liverpool fans don't like to see it.
I mean, I wasn't really pleased that we drew Shrewsbury. Like, there's things I'd rather not happen, and that's one of them.
That's one of them.
Like, you wouldn't want to draw Lincoln Town.
Wow.
Why are you coming at me so much? I'm just sitting here, man. I've been nice and quiet today. I've come in, just sat down.
Because Greg's already a team in the lower sides. I can't really make fun of him about that.
You could argue the championship is better than Scotland. Like,
it's probably it'd be a good match, I think.
I think we'd beat you.
Probably.
They beat Lazio twice.
Yeah.
What has Fulham done? Lose to City.
We'll get there. But
it's Manchester City.
It becomes 2-2. The game ends there. Scenes. For Liverpool, it's upsetting definitely because it's a terrible result, but also because now they have to go for a replay in the winter break.
And Liam, you mentioned before we started,
Jurgen Klopp has come out and said, I'm not going to be there. The starting 11 is not going to be there. We're playing our youth team.
Yeah, because...
it's good for the youth team that they get more games.
It is.
But yeah, this allows for the senior players to have a winter break because...
Yeah, they'll go off as a team somewhere, probably Dubai or something.
No, because the Premier League, here's some context that needs to be added.
Give me the context, Lucas.
So Klopp said that last year the EPL, so yeah, the Premier League, sent the clubs a letter asking them not to organize friendlies, etc. during the break and to respect it as a break. And he said that he is... pretty much following the letter's request and will play the kids in the replay and respect the winter break as a break.
I mean, I agree with that. And I mean, the Liverpool players deserve a break. They've been playing a lot of games, a lot of high intensity matches of recently. And I mean, I think if you could ask Liverpool fans and Jurgen Klopp, they'd say, let's focus on winning the Premier League, even though it's done. They've won the Premier League. They say, let's rest the key players for the FA Cup. Let's not care about that as much. Focus on the Premier League. Focus on the Champions League. Win the big trophies.
It's good for the kids of Liverpool. I mean, you just gotta hope that they can go back.
Not teenagers. Come on, man. Give them some credit.
And it's not actually even all teenagers. You probably have some of maybe a few of the other players.
No,
there.
He said no senior players.
No one. All right.
No,
it gives them a good chance to play at Anfield and show that they can do it.
I just wish that we would have won the game and this topic wouldn't come up.
Just get it done. Don't allow another replay.
Or even lost. Well, I would never want to lose a game, but if we lost...
If Liverpool lose to Shrewsbury.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying earlier, is like, you kind of just would rather it just be over. So then, like...
So I want to try to respect the FA Cup because it is a historic trophy, but...
The incentive for you isn't there right now. Like, you'd rather win big.
You're focusing on the Champions League and the Premier League.
We're not trying to win a treble out here. We don't.
But you would like to.
If it happens, but we're not gonna try to be like 1999 Manchester United and just win a treble. Asking for a treble in the year you win your first ever Premier League is a little too much.
After 30 years of not winning domestic league, that's your focus.
Yeah, and honestly, it is what it is. even bringing on Mo Salah and Firmino later on didn't really help. Salah passed it to our substitute who was walking off the pitch.
Okay.
Not ideal.
But, results for Liverpool ultimately is, I'm going to say, rather meaningless. They'll have replay. Chances are they'll go through. It's just a bit of annoyance for them.
You don't know.
Chances are they should go through. It's just a bit of an annoyance for them. For Shrewsbury, this is huge for them. It's huge for the players, their fans. Yep. This will be an extremely memorable night for them. They beat, or they drew the best team in the world. The soon-to-be Premier League champions, the reigning Champions League champions. It's huge. And I mean, for Jason Cummings to score a brace, he'll never forget that, even though he's a bit of a prick. But hey,
calm down there. You don't need to call every Rangers player a P-word.
He is.
Rangers or ex-Rangers players.
First Morelos, now this guy.
Have you ever watched Alfredo Morelos?
Do you hate Jermaine Defoe as well?
Jermaine Defoe does what he does. He's a bit of a retirement home, basically. He's come to Scotland to retire. It's like Hernandez went to L.A. But, whatever.
Okay.
Let's move this
Another
on.
thing I just want to mention from the Shrewsbury boss, Sam Ricketts. Well, he said last week that a replay would enable the club to buy a video analysis equipment for the training ground and better drainage for some of their pitches.
That is one thing with FA Cup is these small teams get huge money out of it that they don't normally get. And, replays are huge for them,
Or even just getting matches at the Premier League grounds.
A couple thousand, 1,000 extra pounds. The people going to see these. I'm sure Shrewsbury was sold out tonight.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Liverpool coming to town, even though it's none of the real stars.
I mean, you get to see world-class midfielder Fabinho coming back from injury.
Yes, and Mo Salah
and
Firmino for 10 minutes. World Cup finalist Dejan Lovren.
Champions League final goal scorer Divock Origi.
You get to see Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, just Jurgen is good enough.
I've seen Jurgen. He's a good man.
You met him?
I was not very far away from him. I was outside. I was right above the tunnel where they walked out of.
Hi, Jurgen. Yeah. Did you yell at him?
No, I did. I just stood there and watched.
In awe.
I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
This is the man.
Let's talk about Manchester United.
Well, what's there to say? They dominated.
They dominated.
We're covering it really quickly. Manchester United had a good performance today. They won 6-0.
They can beat this side.
Tranmere Rovers.
They can beat this side that is close to Liverpool. Or, I don't know if they're from the city or not, but it's like around the area, I think.
There you go. 6-0. But the big headlines are Harry Maguire gets his first goal for the club. Jesse Lingard scores a goal. And so does Phil Jones.
What a fantastic showing.
Big day for Manchester United.
We talk about in our last podcast, United can't score without Rashford.
And here they are.
Oh, we lied, obviously.
Putting 6 past Tranmere.
I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit. It's very tough to score against Tranmere Rovers.
We're moving on to Manchester City now. Manchester City also scored a few goals.
Greg,
4-0 against Fulham.
Our Fulham fan, Greg, give us your thoughts.
I didn't watch the match. I didn't watch any highlights.
I
didn't need to see Manchester City dominate a team again.
It started off 6 minutes in getting a red card for Fulham. Not a great start.
Tim Ream, the American.
Jeez, you guys only had one shot in the match.
Lucas, it's against Manchester City.
Not even a pop shot. Oh, I guess you're not going to get into their side of the field.
Lucas, look at their lineup still.
Yeah,
it's a rotated side, but look at the lineup.
They're still playing a very, very good
team. That's not a rotated side.
What the?
Because this is Man City's best chance at a trophy this year. They've said that.
Yes.
They want
look
to
at that team. That's not a rotated side. We had no chance.
That is a rotated side somewhat. Like, the back line is heavily rotated. But
can I just tell you, Gabriel Jesus, David Silva, Riyad Mahrez, Phil Foden, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva as like your front six.
Yeah.
Is that a rotated side?
For most Premier League teams, it'd be a dream to have those players. If you go to West Ham and say, hey, do you want to start these 6? They go, yeah, I'll take them.
And they're like, oh, Rodri gets some minutes. Sterling gets some minutes. Even John Stones gets some minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, Aguero, you weren't needed today.
Greg, is it frustrating getting Manchester City for a second year in a row?
I mean, yeah, but I don't mind getting knocked out because then we can focus on getting promoted back.
Greg doesn't care about the FA Cup at all. You heard it here first.
No, but
I care.
Fulham rotated their side a little bit. Like,
we have injuries right now.
Yes.
I'm just kidding around.
I do like how you have
Lucas, you're going to lose to Shrewsbury.
We might. We're playing our youth. I mean, Everton should have beat our kids, but they didn't.
Yeah, well.
I mean, Everton.
Shrewsbury did better than Everton.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so
let's move on from there. Actually, a very good game happened yesterday. Chelsea, Hull City. 2-1 it ends for the Blues. That's a good game, Lucas.
I mean, Chelsea just don't... I think Frank Lampard keeps saying it. They're just
flat.
Did he say that yesterday?
That's what I'm going to say for him.
Okay, because he said something, and it's like the same thing he's been saying for the past few weeks, I believe.
Something's just off.
Well, they're not finishing games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they just they don't have that killer touch. You know, I think that's what he said a little bit. They don't have the killer instinct in front of net. They're not finishing the chances they have because they're getting lots of chances, lots of possession. They're just not converting them. So that sounds like something Frank would say.
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, yeah.
No, but it starts off with Michy Batshuayi scoring in the 6th minute. It looks like okay, this would be a simple game for Chelsea. Yeah. You know, but they've been hit or miss this season. Tomori makes it 2-0, looking clean, simple, easy. But then Mr. Kamil Grosicki, this man's still around.
Yeah, it was a bit of a iffy goal, but it still went in, so fair play. And
Lucas, any goal for Kamil Grosicki is an iffy goal.
That's not true.
Name one banger Kamil Grosicki has scored.
I'm sure he scored several. He's been playing for many years.
I'm not even.
I would be really upset if a player did not score at least like one okay goal where he takes just a decent shot and it goes in.
I mean, you expect Phil Jones to score a decent goal in his career?
I'm talking about
one today, Lucas.
Yes,
big goal, big moment, big man.
Lucas, just shut up.
It ends 2-1 for Chelsea, so they do advance. Let's talk about a Premier League affair. Southampton versus Tottenham Hotspur.
I heard this game wasn't that great.
Of course it's not great. Lucas, it's a 1-1 draw. Nothing happened here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
and it's also the FA Cup, so...
Heung-min Son does make it 1-0 for Spurs.
Both of these teams are honestly looking for top 6 right now.
Or maybe they want silverware to make their season memorable because Southampton are looking more safe than usual.
I guess there's that too, yeah.
Spurs' season has just
Spurs have been very wishy-washy, though.
Spurs played a pretty strong lineup.
They did, yeah.
Yes.
So Mourinho is going to be pissed about having to go do a replay?
Yeah, 100%. It is tied up at the end, though, by, what's his name? Mr. Buffon.
Oh, Son scored, though.
Yeah, I said Son scored. I already talked about this, Lucas.
Okay, cool.
Do you ignore me?
Yes.
Fair enough. I ignore you, too.
Feeling is
so we just ignore each other on this podcast. It goes through one ear, out the other.
And into grades.
I like that Southampton
it goes all the way over there after.
I like that Southampton started Angus Gunn in net.
He's played a few games this season.
I like him. He's
okay.
Good keeper.
An upset you want to talk about? West Ham. Things going poorly. They get upset by West Brom, who are top of the championship.
This doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
Slaven Bilic, the current West Brom manager.
Much better than Fulham.
Why are you attacking everyone today? What else? Who hurt you?
Have you seen the standings?
Who hurt you?
Third.
Yeah, you're still not better than West Brom.
West Brom's really good right now.
Because they have a great manager. Yes. Should be still at West Ham.
Well, that's...
Slaven Bilic doing big things.
I mean, you can't really trust West Ham right now. They've been playing poorly this past handful of years. Bringing David Moyes to try to fix their problems. Problems thought were fixed. They thought they fixed their problems in the first week, but no. That's just a bump.
Problems keep going.
And
exactly.
For West Ham, they played a pretty decent starting 11. Like they're nearly their full 11 for their for the Premier League. Somehow Pablo Zabaleta is still starting.
I mean, it's still a slow midfield with Sanchez and Rice.
Oh, yes. This team,
I think we've mentioned that every time we talk about West Ham.
And even Mark Noble made an appearance, Lucas.
Oh, he said something that was which I agreed with.
I like how they made all 3 of their substitutions at halftime.
Something had to change.
He was like, hey guys, just toss it on there. Let's go.
Yeah, Noble said that at a club at this level with the money we spent, you can't rely on me. You can't rely on me to come on at halftime during an FA Cup game. That shouldn't be like that.
He's not wrong.
He's not.
Because West Ham spent, I want to say, £100 million in the summer.
It wasn't 100 million.
I think it was very near.
Maybe the last handful of years, 100.
I think it was close too, but it was not,
a lot of money, anyways.
But they've had no, they've had no, success from the people they've purchased. Similar to Manchester United, the players they've brought in have not worked. They've not fit in the system. They're not good enough. So,
yep.
Well, actually, you're not far off, Liam.
Liam's stat man, Lucas.
Okay, this is in dollars, so it's probably a lot less than that in pounds. It's like $96 million.
So 96 million American would probably be around
70 something pounds.
80 million pounds around there.
70.
Still a lot of money.
Yeah,
you'd expect them to be doing better.
Yeah, you do.
Where did that money go? Like, there's no stars at West Ham.
Haller, Fornals.
They spent too much for Haller. How much did it cost?
He had a good season before. So
apparently $45 million.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not ideal. Let's keep moving.
See if they can step it up.
Yeah, we'll keep moving here.
Coventry tied Birmingham. Sorry, Birmingham, you have to play Coventry again.
Why are you moving to that?
Well,
there's other Premier League teams. Norwich got a huge one over Burnley.
Yeah, you love to see it.
You do love to see it.
Norwich is going all the way to Wembley.
They're not. Grant Hanley and Drimic make it 2-0 for the Canaries before Mr. Eric Peters makes it 2-1. That's how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
The Canaries continue.
Reading also draw Cardiff City. Not much else to say.
And Leicester City scrape through 1-0 against Brentford. Kelechi Iheanacho goal in the 4th minute is enough to see them go through.
Sheffield United, they make lots of English fans happy by defeating Millwall.
Mill!
Yeah. Well,
that's their chant. You ever heard that?
No.
Shout out to Millwall fans. I get you. I hear you.
But I don't know. They lose. They're not going to have a good FA Cup run this year, unlike last year.
Besic and Oliver Norwood. Quite frankly, there's not any other standout scorelines. Sheffield Wednesday, our favorite team. Big fans of Sheffield Wednesday. 2-1 over QPR.
Yeah, we've got a comment about Sheffield.
We got the entire history of Sheffield football. Love to see it. Whoever that comment was.
No, we love that.
Big likes. Love it.
Yes. Now you will say Sheffield United instead of Sheffield?
No.
Oh.
Sheffield. The Blades. You know who I'm talking about.
Except people don't. Especially when you're talking about the FA Cup.
Well, now, Sheffield Wednesday. They win 2-1 over QPR.
Yeah.
And then also Newcastle draw Oxford. 0-0.
Scenes. Derby County also drew 0-0 against Northampton Town. Not good scenes for the Rams.
Okay, so
I'm loving all these teams' nicknames I got flying out here. Oh, I got football knowledge all day.
Portsmouth defeated Barnsley.
Okay.
4-2. Yeah, I forgot to bring this thing with me.
Did you have a Portsmouth jersey or what?
No, I had a match day program.
Okay.
From Portsmouth 10 years ago, from their FA Cup 4th round match with Sunderland. So it's like a 10th anniversary thing.
Why the hell do you have that?
Because you know how Portsmouth were struggling many years ago.
Yes.
So they asked people to help them fund for their youth academy.
Okay.
And like facilities and stuff like that. And so I'm like, a younger me was like, sure, I'll help them out. I remember Portsmouth in the Premier League. So you know how much I spent on this matchday program that was autographed by.
If you say a lot,
it was Papa.
Who was autographed by?
It was a guy who scored the first goal in the 2002 World Cup. Papa Bouba Diop.
Okay, I've heard of him.
Yeah,
he's okay.
Actually, he scored the first goal in the 2002 World Cup against France.
I mean, he's actually an okay player.
He scored against the world champions.
Okay. How much did you pay for this thing?
I had to check an email to find out all the info.
Lucas is scaring me.
£40.
That's like 80 Canadian dollars.
63. Calm down. It was a lot for the time.
For a match day program.
That was autographed.
For a match day program? Lucas was
Papa
like...
Diop. How old were you?
Lucas was like...
It's 10 years ago.
12.
How did I...
Why?
I must have had like one of those Visa gift cards or whatever and bought it because I didn't have a debit card back then.
Why are you supporting Portsmouth?
Because I wanted to help them out.
Wow.
And then I also thought it'd be cool having an autograph from a professional footballer. So
I mean, I guess.
He played for Fulham. Yeah. 78 matches here. He scored a lot of goals too.
Papa Diop was not a bad player. Yeah. I mean, out of everything you said, his signature is the best thing you said.
Yeah.
The matchday program could get
left
behind.
It was Portsmouth versus Sunderland.
That's not a mouth-watering tie. I'm sorry.
They were both Premier League teams
They were both
at
the time decent, I guess. They have definitely fallen far, far from grace.
I guess it ended 2-1 Portsmouth.
Wow. Scenes. Did Papa Diop score?
Good job, Portsmouth.
You probably not.
Beat Barnsley, so good job.
That's
where we were
If we look ahead at the FA Cup fixtures coming up, today, I guess, when this comes out on the Monday, Bournemouth host Arsenal. That'd be a decent cup tie.
Steve Bruce was Sunderland manager here.
You know Bournemouth is going to...
Game Bruce.
That's the thing. Is Bournemouth actually going to try and win this, or are they just going to focus on not getting relegated right now?
I mean, it depends on how much depth they have, injuries, anything like that. I mean, I think they will try and get a victory here because I think Arsenal
is I think Arsenal's...
You think they'll go for it?
Yeah. What else are they doing in the Premier League?
You're not wrong. Arsenal's not getting relegated. They're not getting top 4. So I guess, go...
Win a trophy.
Go out, yeah.
He's still looking at this.
Okay, I want the match from that matchday program. You remember Darren Bent?
Yes.
He scored in that match.
Okay.
Utaka scored a brace. Begovic started for Portsmouth. Boateng.
Okay.
Zenden, former Liverpool player.
So what you're saying is
Gordon?
This was the greatest match in history of the world.
Gordon, didn't he play for Celtic?
Craig Gordon?
I think that's him.
He's still there.
What a match.
Jordan Henderson.
Jay Hendo. Future Premier League winner. Lucas where is this thing?
It's in my room upstairs.
I feel like you should go get it.
You want me to go get it?
We'll pause this.
Go get it.
We need to see this. This costed you. Okay, what year was this?
This was in 2010.
Okay.
So this was
2010 Canadian.
So I still have the letter it was brought in to me from. You can see here Portsmouth stamp.
So Lucas, don't leak the address.
I won't. See, bang, here it is. If you're listening on audio, you obviously can't see it, but maybe we'll post a picture on social media of it.
Sure.
It's cool.
See, it's a tiny bit smudged up, but
is it worth 63 Canadian dollars?
I'm trying to find if that's legit. I'm trying to do the exchange rate conversion right now.
I think I did it like a few days ago. It was around 63.
So how much did you pay for it?
£40.
So £40 is $68 Canadian today. Today.
Yeah, I checked.
In
it was
2010.
It was like 63.
So yeah, that's
it has the players on the back here. David Mailer, good FIFA player. Kenwine Jones. The guy, Trinidad Tobago.
No.
World Cup 2006.
Lucas,
I don't have a memory.
Ben Haim.
You're just naming every player on the back of this thing, or what?
Lucas, let's continue on. You showed it off now.
Kevin Prince Boateng, that's brilliant.
Why was Kevin Prince Boateng there?
I don't know, but it's awesome.
It's interesting to see that some of these players were there, but I think it's time to move on.
Andy Reid.
We're moving on.
Yeah, I think the fans.
This man won't
I think
stop.
the fans are ready for us to move on now.
If they don't care about this, they can skip to the next section.
Skip it.
There's timestamps for a reason.
Just have a thing popped up being skip this if you'd like.
There's timestamps in the description for a reason.
So for replays, we're gonna go on to this. Derby County face Northampton Town for a replay. Birmingham City, Coventry, Cardiff versus Reading. Oxford versus Newcastle, Liverpool versus Shrewsbury, and then Tottenham versus Southampton.
And of course, we still have matches to come, so we'll see what happens.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to
Bundesliga. Dun 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 dun. Now, I think this is where we will call our good friend Mr. Waz. We'll get him on board here.
Waz loves the Bundesliga.
He really does.
Yeah, I love it too.
See what he says.
Yeah, I'd love it more if I was able to watch it easier.
See if he answers. That'd be a good thing. Which match shall we start off with?
Don't
give him the choice. I'm feeling Dortmund.
Dortmund, yeah. It was the first match.
Start off the conversation, Lucas.
Yeah, so Dortmund, they come away with a 5-1 victory over FC Köln. Mm-hmm. A brilliant result for them. Dortmund back to goal-scoring ways.
I called it, so.
He's not going to answer now.
He'll probably phone back at a bad time.
Yeah.
You have reached
Nope. He will call back with technical difficulties.
Yeah, so big victory for Dortmund. Jadon Sancho looking brilliant. The team in general looking very good.
It's good to see that this team can score goals when that's what they're meant to do.
If you look at their lineup,
great.
Yes, but that's my point. Like, because they were struggling to score goals a lot.
I don't think they were struggling. They were struggling to finish chances, really,
Yeah,
but they still scored goals. Their bigger problem was more keeping them out.
Yes.
Defensive, I don't think they've fixed any of their problems. They've just signed a striker.
No, I agree, but sometimes, as much as you need a good defense, if you score more goals than you concede, then you're going to win again.
When Dortmund signed Haaland, Lucas said, maybe this is a guy that can raise the energy levels of the entire team and make it more confident, which on paper, at least right now, it seems to be working. Yeah. Big victories. Like you said, it starts off rather well for them. Guerrero scores in the first minute. Great assist by Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Marco Reus makes it 2-0 in the 29th. Jadon Sancho makes it 3-0 in the 48th. Colton do get their one. And then Haaland comes on and scores a brace. The man's doing bits.
5 goals, 2 games.
He's doing
fantastic.
Good. Doing good.
Yeah, I want to just praise Jadon Sancho. I haven't done enough of that on the podcast.
No, you haven't.
11 goals, 11 assists this season. This is at least his 6th or 7th game with a goal and an assist in a match.
Fantastic, yeah.
Like, this
He's
is
a brilliant player.
No, it's not even just brilliant. It's even more than that. I
Love
would
him,
think.
Greg. Shower him with every praising word you can ever imagine.
Brilliance is pretty up there. And
how many players in Europe have double digits in goals and assists right now?
Not many.
Hello, sir. How are you? Yeah. We are currently discussing the Bundesliga, talking about Dortmund. We're talking about Dortmund right now.
Okay.
Give us your thoughts about this Dortmund match.
Hold on, I need to get to a quieter area.
Wow. Well then.
Why would he even call?
Why would you call then? Yes.
Oh, bad.
It's a very busy day at work.
Okay.
Why are you calling when you're not ready then?
What?
As you can see, Waz is very
Do you want to call us back when you're good?
Hold on. Am I good now?
You're good. You're on.
Welcome to the 90th minute, Waz.
This has been a very interesting episode already, I must say.
So, what is it you want to talk about?
We are talking currently about Borussia Dortmund.
Mainly Jadon Sancho.
Okay, what about them?
Mainly Jadon Sancho.
How brilliant he is.
He's okay.
He's okay.
He's very talented.
So
Lucas yelled at Greg for calling him
brilliant. Like,
because I expect better from Greg.
Okay, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm sorry. The place I work at is very, it's cement, so.
Okay.
Is your volume on full?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, as long as you can hear me fine, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
talking about the Dortmund match, they win 5-1. Haaland gets a double, makes it 5 goals for him so far at Dortmund. Is he going to be the guy to push their season all the way through now?
It's kind of hard to say because right now, I mean, it's just 2 performances. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, the defense is kind of piss poor on his goals, so he's just good positioning on him. But
yeah,
I mean, if you look at the defense on these goals, it's not spectacular. Any striker could have scored that, really.
Well, would any striker be in that position?
Yeah, he's getting into the good positions, doing the good movements.
I'm sure. I don't know. That's a good question, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Before the January transfer window, we said Dortmund's biggest weakness was defense. They haven't done anything with that. Do you think that could be an issue, though, if their title fight is to live on?
I don't think title fight, but it'll definitely hurt them in the Champions League. Because PSG is right now doing very hot.
It's a valid point. I mean, Greg, you haven't winning the Champions League.
So I think really their focus should be the league. And not, I mean, Champions League is a hard testament right now. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. The defense as a whole in the Bundesliga has been very shaky.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think they.
It's still early from the transfer, so you just got to see how it goes.
They might still be interested in a defender if the right one comes up.
Did Greg say it's still early?
For what? Yes.
Yeah, for the new transfers. Yeah.
I mean, there's only like 8 days left in the window, mate.
No, for the players who have come in.
Yeah, I don't really see them signing a defender anytime soon.
No.
No, I don't know if he'd sign really.
Fair
at
enough.
this point.
Okay, then let's move on to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, some of Bayern Munich and their
Super
result.
Bayern 5-0 victory over Schalke. Schalke were
Massive
crap.
win.
Schalke are 5th place in the Bundesliga. They're not a terrible side.
Yeah,
It shows
They were
Bayern's
bad
dominance
today, though. Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday. But what does this say about Bayern Munich? Does that mean that they are just unstoppable right now?
No, I think that it just shows their quality. Really, I think the league, the top 3 to 4 teams in the Bundesliga are very good right now. They're very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's very tight. It's hard to say who will win the title right now. It could be Leipzig or Dortmund or even Bayern. So, I want to say Mönchengladbach, but let's be honest here. I don't think Playa is going to be carrying them.
We all know
Bayern.
Liam's just gonna say it's Bayern Munich. So
Liam always goes with the easy choice because he's a simple man.
They just won 5-0. Don't call me simple.
The thing
I'm just realistic.
I mean, Bayern Munich. This happened in like towards the end of last season, towards the end of the first half of the season, where they have a dominant performance, and then maybe a few match days later they disappoint.
And what happened to Bayern at the end of the season?
I'm not talking about last season. I'm talking about the first half of the season when Flick came.
This season.
Bayern,
Yes.
so that's gonna help him a lot. And I mean, Alphonso Davies is playing out of his skin too as left back.
He really is.
You
yeah.
love to see it.
He's been superb for them so far this year.
I don't think there's a clear winner right now in the Bundesliga.
There's not a clear winner in the Bundesliga?
No, not right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's entertaining to watch.
it's tight right now.
It's very tight. I mean, the Bundesliga has been one of the most exciting leagues around Europe so far this year. If we incorporate the discussion with the Leipzig result, it puts Bayern right in a good spot, though, to get top spot.
Yeah, Leipzig definitely
Bottled it.
I wouldn't say bottled. They just weren't good enough in this match against Frankfurt.
They bottled.
It ended 2-0, correct?
I mean, yes, good Red Bull joke, Greg.
Yeah.
Lucas is trying to be funny tonight, and we're not a fan of it.
How's that
Lucas has done too much.
He's making the joke.
He's not making no joke. You're the joke.
Fine.
Your club's a joke. Tying to Shrewsbury.
This is what happens when Liverpool don't win. I just become a clown.
Yes.
But Leipzig,
Clown's
they
right word.
weren't really good in this match. They were struggling to break behind Frankfurt's back line. Frankfurt scored a brilliant goal from Toure, who
It did end 2-0, correct?
yes, ended 2-0.
Results like that, can you really see them winning even the title? Because
I mean, they're still a good team. I mean, one result doesn't.
I think between Dortmund and Bayern.
You are dying so badly right now.
Am I dying?
You're dying.
Speak again.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Am I better?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be Bayern and Dortmund at the top. I don't know. I think Leipzig will slip a little bit.
Like they'll finish third or something?
Yeah, that's probably the ideal top 3 right now. I mean, I can see Leverkusen. They've started the January strong, although they haven't really had any good. They're not playing against good teams. They beat Dusseldorf and Paderborn.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Leipzig will make it interesting this year. They will stick around because they have great players, and Timo Werner's been fantastic this year. But
and I mean, if I'm being brutally honest, just right now, I think there's more. The league has been more interesting than the Premier League.
the Bundesliga has been more interesting than the Premier League.
100%.
100%.
The title race is on in the Bundesliga, and the Premier League is done.
I say every other league in the top 4 is more interesting.
Currently in 3 of the top 4 leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
Also, we just mentioned Gladbach. They defeated Mainz 3-1, and they're back in the title picture right now.
They're also in the fold. So I don't know how the.
So it was like all the teams.
Realistically, you could have the Mönchengladbach winning it.
That'd be scenes.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That's the great teams, yeah.
I think Bayern are gonna finish very strongly the second half of the year.
I don't know, Liam.
Hey.
They're on good form, but are they gonna win their last 15 matches of the season?
I think they've got
Lewandowski keeps up his goal scoring form.
Champions League.
They're gonna focus on Champions League.
I think Bayern will have put more focus into that for once.
I don't know. I think they might just try to seal up Bundesliga. I think there's still a few players off of being Champions League contenders.
I mean, if they get if they go farther than last year, then they're gonna have to focus on the Champions League more, and they might have some struggles in the Bundesliga.
It's a valid point. Yeah.
But the same thing could be said about Dortmund and Leipzig if they go much further. The only ones that really don't have anything to worry about is Mönchengladbach.
They're just doing their thing. Are there any other interesting results in the Bundesliga?
In the Bundesliga, Hoffenheim defeated Werder Bremen 3-0.
Not bad.
Union Berlin defeated Augsburg 2-0. Hertha Berlin defeated Wolfsburg 2-1. And Paderborn shocked Freiburg 2-0. Yeah. So, you know what, Waz? I think you were talking a lot about this league in our group chat. So let's move on to Serie A.
Yes, Waz, let's talk about Serie A now.
The Serie A has been very entertaining recently.
Which game would you like to start off with?
Let's go with Atalanta versus Roma.
Not the one Liam was expecting.
Absolute debacle.
Okay. Okay.
Waz has officially become an Ilicic fanboy after this match.
Yeah, honestly. It's a bit of...
He is, I think, one of the most underrated forwards in all of Europe.
I mean...
I'm going to phone call. Just on me. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I love that you're just skipping work for this right now.
It's okay.
And did you say Atalanta beat Roma? It was Torino, sir.
No, Torino 7-0.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he said Roma.
He said Roma, 100%. But yes, it ends... It ends 7-0 for Atalanta. Yeah.
Just yeah.
What can you say about this?
You can call Torino shit.
I mean, they're not great.
I think we know Atalanta could score though too.
They're 12. They're 12.
But I mean, that whole game was an embarrassment by them.
I mean, yeah, they had 2 red cards.
Imagine losing in front of your home fans 7-0.
I mean, Southampton did not.
Imagine losing a game 9-0.
Yeah, you hear that? There wasn't many fans in that stadium.
I mean, Serie A is very interesting.
It is, yeah.
Because I'm watching some of these matches, and there's barely anyone in the stands.
Yeah,
because it isn't always the safest for people to go to those matches sometimes.
I think that really takes away from the experience of watching the game, especially on TV. Of there's no fan interaction. You can't hear the chants. You can't celebrate with the fans.
It's kind of like dead in a way.
It is. There's no soul in it.
Yeah.
I mean, some in Italy would disagree with you.
Oh, I'm not saying there's no good fans in Italy. I mean, you go to the San Siro, it's great.
Lucas is, he was onto something about Atalanta. They're probably one of the most exciting teams in Europe.
They're not a bad team.
No, I think they've got the most goals in Serie A.
They're not a bad team, but they're also not their best team.
All of Europe.
I mean, how many teams score 7 goals multiple times in a season?
Yeah.
Not a lot, so.
Yeah, they have scored 57. The closest to them is Lazio on 47. So
if you look at Atalanta's recent matches,
and, a lot of people aren't really talking about Josip Ilicic.
Ilicic.
The dude's got the third most hat-tricks in all of Europe in the last year, I think. And I think only Aguero and Messi have more.
He's currently got 13 goals this season and 17 matches played.
And funny enough, with Atalanta, you have Mariel with 12 goals.
Yeah.
So they know how to score. I like to if I'm a Premier League manager and I want an attacking team, I look for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, both of them are in the peaks of their career right now, 28 and 31 years old respectively. So I mean, they're not.
The only shame about what is his name?
Ilicic.
He's the one raving about him.
Yeah,
he can't
honestly.
even say his name.
Yeah, the only sad part is that you won't see him at the Euros because Slovenia got knocked out.
That is true. Yeah.
But
let's move on from this game. Come on. The big boys played today.
Napoli versus Juventus.
Napoli versus Juventus. This is a fantastic game.
Yeah, it was.
It's not the biggest game. Lazio Roma played.
This is much bigger.
The team lost.
Juventus Juventus lose 2-1 to Napoli. I'm gonna
10th place Napoli.
Yes, the Arsenal of Serie A. Yes,
Napoli, the team that was one of the best Serie A teams the past few seasons. One of Juventus's biggest rivals.
Yeah.
Zelensky makes it 1-0 after an hour, and then Lorenzo Insigne with a fantastic finish to make it 2-0 in the 86th minute. Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo does rescue a goal at the very end.
Yeah, made it close at the end.
Yellow card in the 91st minute for jumping from what it seemed.
That's okay.
It was very strange.
Did you hear what Sarri said after the match? Any of you?
No.
No.
So he said he was felt let down by Juventus a little. They're like extremely passive, bland. But he said he's glad it was Napoli. I'm happy for the lads as I will always be fond of them. If you have to lose, I guess I'd rather it be here to help Napoli get out of their current problems. Now, if you're a Juventus fan, what would you think of that?
You're not the biggest fan of your manager praising and cheering another team.
Especially historically one of your biggest rivals.
Yeah. It's a weird...
It makes it sound like sorry he's ready to jump ship. Like that's what it makes it sound like.
It's a weird conversation to have, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it's okay if Napoli gets this victory over Juventus because Napoli need the points.
It's not as big. It's not like this was a 6-point game.
Yeah.
This wasn't a 6-point game.
Yes, sir.
I could barely understand what you're saying.
It's okay. I wasn't really talking to you.
I noticed that.
We're talking to the fans.
What? I know what you're saying, Mr. Fulham.
Shall I call you back later on or what? Or do you have anything? Do you have anything to add to this one?
I mean, good goal by Insigne. I don't know why you're not talking about that.
We did.
We were getting there.
We were talking about Sarri's comments.
I don't know. I think an argument could be made so far that the Premier League is not as exciting as it used to be.
Where are you getting the Premier League from this?
We're talking about Serie A.
The Premier League has been rather weak this year. Let's be honest here.
Talking about it.
We're in Italy right now, not England.
It's been the most exciting probably, but I think the quality's been better probably in Serie A, Bundesliga, and La Liga.
Still talking.
Are you 15 minutes behind? Or?
Where are you?
He's
Do you need to fast forward your DVR or something?
I think just season in general. I mean, when you look at it.
Can you hear us or no?
Yeah, I can hear you. Why?
Why are you talking about the Premier League?
No, I'm just saying. I think the Serie A, La Liga, and Bundesliga there could be a case made that they're better quality right now than the Premier League.
Probably. I mean, they have
I don't think we disagree with that. It's just
Sheffield, but when you're kind of fifth or
Sheffield United.
Yeah, we have to now specify Sheffield United. I got yelled at for that.
Sheffield, yes. No, even worse fact, the fact that Manchester United is still in fifth place.
I was like, how long till you talk about United?
I'm not going to comment anything on United.
Okay.
We're
talking Juventus and Napoli.
Yeah, but I will call you back.
Okay, goodbye.
Yes.
All right, so we apologize for Waz just
completely interrupting that Serie A conversation that we were having.
Yeah.
Juventus Napoli. Let's get this back on track. He's done. He's going to call us back at just the worst moment. You know that, right?
Yeah, just ignore it.
Yeah.
But, Juventus Napoli ends 2-1 for Napoli. Huge result, especially for the top of the table, because Juventus, they had a chance before this game kicked off to make a gap at the top of the table.
And really put their stamp on the Serie A title.
Because they knew Inter drew, which we're going to get to. So they had a chance to just push up the table.
Would you like to quickly talk about the Inter Milan game?
Yeah.
I said that weird.
Lautaro Martinez scored, and then he later got sent off later in the match. But it was their player they have on loan at Cagliari. Raja Nangolan.
Yes, Mr. Nangolan.
He scored the winner to get Inter into the Champions League last year, and now he scores against them.
You missed two huge talking points.
I talked about
one. Skriniar got injured.
Ooh.
That's not good for them.
Well, we don't know if it's serious.
We don't know what it is, but it is good. And two, who assisted the goal for Inter Milan, Lucas? Ashley Young. He makes his debut. He gets an assist.
Fantastic.
Absolute baller. But
this,
yes, it ends 1-1.
Obviously, Inter are going to be very concerned with Skriniar, and also this result isn't ideal, especially with Lautaro Martinez, one of their best players this season, getting sent off.
Same with Tommaso Berni. He also got
I think he's a goalkeeper.
That's okay. Just red cards everywhere.
I think he's like a goalkeeper on the bench or something.
That's okay.
So it's not that big of a deal. But
it's just red cards
everywhere. But you're one of your best players misses the next game.
Yeah. Without Lautaro, there's no Lukaku. Without Lukaku, there's no Lautaro.
Let's talk about a decent game. Roma, Lazio.
Yeah, this was a pretty good match.
Lazio going into this one, was it 11 victories in a row?
Yeah, in Serie A. They did lose the cup match against Napoli.
They also lost to Celtic.
That was a while ago. We're not talking about that.
No, I'm talking about it right now because it's important. We all have to.
As you can tell, Liam hates Lazio.
I according to you, I hate a lot of people, a lot of teams, a lot of things, but you know,
Danish people, English people, Finnish people,
Alfredo Morelos,
Lukaku, there's a lot more. A lot of people,
and then he just loves certain people and just raves on about them.
But anyways, about this match, Roma played very well in my opinion.
They were the better team.
They were the much better team.
In front of their home fans, they were on the front foot, creating several chances. But Strakosha, he was there to deny almost every single one.
They missed a lot of chances.
They had 22 chances, but only 3 on target, which is not great.
It probably wasn't 22 actual good chances.
I'm reading right now, 22.
There was a lot of good chances. They hit the post, I think,
twice. I want to say, yeah. They had 65% possession. You know, Roma on paper seemed like the much better team. Lazio, though, they hung around. They had chances, and the chances they did get, they took. Yes, it was a bit of a shit goal, but hey, they all counted the same. Jordan Pickford shows up in Rome, somehow wearing a Roma kit. And then Chris Smalling was there too, and he did what Chris Smalling does. Basically, the ball gets thrown up in the air off of a corner kick. Goalie goes to punch it clear, ends up punching off his own crossbar.
No, first it hit I forget who headed it. Someone headed it up.
Yeah.
Then
the goalie goes to punch it off the crossbar and then somehow just falls.
Well, it was going to go out of bounds, but he brought it back in play.
Yeah.
And then, falls right in front of Acerbi, and he just, I'll take that. And he's like, why not?
It was basically identical to Pickford's
against Liverpool,
situation last season. Yeah. So
now, Lazio later in the match, like Roma were constantly getting chances. They took off Luis Alberto, who was starting to get into the match, started creating more. But my assumption is that they took him off so that they could have more defensive stability.
Well, save him as well.
Why would you just save him for another match when you're playing against your big rivals in Roma? But yeah, we go to the table.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're correct. They probably did because they want to get more defensive and not lose the game. But at the same time, I go, just play your best players. Go out and win the game.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't happy afterwards. He was like confused why the manager made that decision. Yeah. But in the end, it happened. Lazio.
Got to respect the manager's decision. So
yeah, their winning run ends, but still unbeaten. Yeah. And still in a good position on the table because of Juventus' loss and Lazio's game in hand.
See, the thing is, considering how badly Lazio got outplayed, they still got a point. They're probably not happy how they played, but they're happy they got a point based on how they played.
I mean, I think it's again another case of Inter dropping points and the teams around them not capitalizing.
Yeah, exactly.
Juventus lose, Lazio only draw. Lazio are 2 points behind.
Well, that's the thing. All 3 of these teams are happy that the other teams drop points.
Yeah, but it's one of those ones where
one
team drops points and the rest of them don't take advantage. So I mean, for Inter, they live to
of course, Juventus was the biggest one.
Yeah, Juventus are still top, so they are still in control. But Inter are still hanging around. They'll be there for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so Juventus is on 51 points. Inter, third draw in a row, they're on 48 points. Lazio, with one match less played, they're on 46 points. Yeah. Now, let's just quickly mention AC Milan because
Zlatan.
They do get a big victory.
We all love Zlatan.
Since Zlatan's been there, actually, the results have been pretty decent.
Yeah, steady first-minute winner from Rebic, and Zlatan, as you can see from his eyes there, it's little.
Yeah, he looks very happy.
Wow, Zlatan.
I didn't get to watch this match, so I don't have much else to say, but it's good from AC Milan. I don't know if they're...
Pull some results.
Yeah, they need to get these results.
They do.
And at the moment, they're currently getting them. Will this be happening for the long term? We will see.
We shall see. I think that kind of wraps up Serie A, though. I mean, there wasn't anything else huge going on.
Well, let's move on to something else that was massive.
La Liga.
Sí.
Oh, muy bueno español, señor. Basically, we're going to start with Barcelona because they bottled it.
They didn't bottle. They just played bad.
Barcelona suffer a 2-0 loss away at Valencia.
Liam, when a team loses, it doesn't mean they bottled it.
No, they bottled it.
In this La Liga season, how tight it's going to be, this could be the point right now where you look back and go, they lost it because of this game.
They balled it. They blew it.
And also, since the new manager's coming, he hasn't been great.
I mean,
the results have not been fantastic.
How I see it is that it's two different completely play styles from Valverde and Setien.
You're gonna say it takes time to adapt to the switch.
It does, but they don't have time really for this season.
I know, but
they could lose out on the Liga.
And I don't disagree with you. It does take time. Mm-hmm. That's why
the switch didn't make.
That's why
sense.
the switches during the season either like pushes a team and makes them go really good, or in my opinion makes it worse.
On top of La Liga, he's doing well in Champions League.
Well enough
in Champions League. Why do you sack him?
Well, because Barcelona looked bad for not getting into the Super Cup final, and I bet the Barcelona board wanted to look good in front of the people that are going to vote in the Barcelona elections. I think next year or something.
I hope they for the way they treated Valverde, I hope they suffer this season.
I don't want to.
They treated him very poorly. They gave him no respect. Just like they did with Antoine Griezmann's saga, they gave no respect to Atletico. Barcelona deserved to be treated with no respect.
In this match, though, like it was Maxi Gomez who scored first.
I actually thoroughly enjoy Maxi Gomez. I gotta say.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid striker.
He is. He's solid. He's quick. He's strong. You know, he's good.
And with Cavani and Suarez getting old, Uruguay 100%. Might actually have a great replacement for them.
So far, he's got 9 goals in La Liga. You know, he could be the next great Uruguayan center forward.
Let's hope so, because you like to see Uruguay doing well. Well, unless if you're not Uruguayan.
Unless you're from Chile, I don't know.
Argentina,
Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela. I don't know.
I just named the continent.
I don't know.
Well done, Liam.
Yeah, but Barcelona, they were very passive. They weren't really threatening Valencia's backline. Don't forget about
Paraguay.
One thing I wanted to point out. So you remember Valencia versus Ajax?
Yes.
And how Ajax is very similar with possession.
Okay.
I'd say they're better. They have a better play style than what we're seeing with Barcelona right now. Much better.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Okay.
But we have, yes, pretty much. But they were very defensive against Ajax. Yeah. They scored the 1 goal and were able to protect that lead and had players that stepped up huge. And in this match, backline Garay was excellent.
Same thing, yeah.
Kongdobi in the midfield was incredible.
So they have a play style. You get that goal, soak up pressure, and just sit back. I mean, it's not the most attractive, not the most exciting.
But
if you get the results,
that's what you gotta do.
Matters.
I mean, they did very well counterattacking. It was when they counterattack, it was good to watch.
Well, the thing is, when you play that play style where you sit back and defend, if you're going to rely on the counterattack to score your goals, you have to score your goals.
And at the moment, that's how you have to play Barcelona, because they're just passing it. And if you cover the spaces where the players
should be,
they're just gonna pass back and forth. Like, players aren't making the right runs on this Barcelona side. Suarez is a huge miss because Griezmann isn't technically the same type of striker. He doesn't make the same runs. He makes good runs, but not the same ones.
This Barcelona team so boring right now. I can't stand this style of play. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're just clueless. You know nothing about the game. Fine, say what you want. But I find the possession, just pass. It's so boring because you're not doing anything with it. Who the hell cares? You could have 98% possession, 3,000 passes in a game. But if you're not doing anything with it, what does it matter?
What we talked about last.
Yeah, we just mentioned
positive
last week.
possession.
Yeah. You have to go forward. You have to make chance. You have to be creative. You have to
hold that possession.
Have killer instinct.
And they're 18-yard box, like
I don't know. I know people find that this style of play is the most revolutionary thing in football because, before 10, 15 years ago, there was no tiki-taka. Fine, say what you want, but you have to be positive. You have to be doing things when you have the ball.
Right now, we're seeing the tiki, but not the taka.
Or the taka, but not the tiki.
Your choice.
No,
it's just not together yet. In which we're talking about, it takes time to adapt.
73% possession. What the hell? What are you doing with it?
Baseless possession right now, really?
Yeah.
It's just the back line just passing amongst themselves. Who cares?
It's not the back line, but it's just them not...
You got to create something with it.
Like
a team like Barcelona that has Lionel Messi on it, you got to actually use them.
Yeah, 100%.
I saw Vidal come on. He made some better runs compared to other midfielders in Barcelona. But maybe they're just... Some players are still not
adjusted.
I still look at the Barcelona bench. Semedo, Rakitic, Longley, Vidal, Firpo, Pena, and Alex Colorado Gutierrez. That does not sound like a Barcelona bench to me. Vidal is decent. Same with Rakitic, Longley, and Semedo.
We're not in the Pep Guardiola era.
We're not, and I think Barcelona need to remember that and realize that. Similar to how Manchester United.
Pep still got his team, but
no, but Barcelona United have to go. Hey, we're not what we were 5 years ago, even 10 years ago. We are transitioning. We're new brand, new players, new faces. Yep. It's gonna be a rebuild soon. And pretty soon Mr. Messi's gonna leave.
Messi and Suarez
my thought is, could Messi leaving Barcelona be similar to Ferguson leaving United, where it's just, oh my God, the entire world has fallen apart kind of thing?
Barcelona will always be able to buy top players.
100%, but what Messi brings to Barcelona is not easily replaceable.
Now I'm seeing potentially a new era of Real Madrid coming in.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean,
looking
great. Them spending so much money on these Brazilians. At least one of them has to come out good, right?
Real Madrid win. They would. Oh my God. 1-0 over Real Valladolid.
Wasn't pretty.
It was not pretty.
And usually when Barcelona drop points before Real Madrid play, Real Madrid blow it.
Yeah.
But they get a late winner here. Yeah. From Nacho Fernandez.
It's good for Real Madrid took their chance to get ahead.
Yeah, it's really good. Their first place.
Yeah, exactly. For first time in a long time, they are top of La Liga. The Madrid starting 11 is still I still don't think it's perfect. I think there's players there who could be replaced or improved upon.
But when you think of like how it actually when you thought it was going to be at the beginning of the season, it's not the same at all.
But I think it's arguably stronger right now than Barcelona's starting 11.
Look, they have a great defensive solitude.
They do. Their center backs, Varane and Ramos, fantastic center back pairing. Yeah. Casemiro in the middle is being a rock for them this year. Yeah. Modric and Toni Kroos are creative. They're the
fantastic
ones that move the ball forward.
Courtois playing really good.
Benzema's been great. Courtois has been fantastic this year. He's finally proven that he's actually worth what they spent on him. Isco's been all right. He's back in the team after Zidane came back.
Yeah, Real Madrid is looking like prime Atletico Madrid.
No.
13 goals against?
Okay, you have a point.
I'm not saying the play style is exactly the same. Of course not. They're not like a Cholo aggressive team.
They're showing the good defense.
You have to be strong in the back. You have to focus on defense first. I mean, like Liverpool did that when they brought in Van Dijk and they said, okay, we got to figure out our defense and then we'll move forward kind of thing. Yeah. But no, it's been great. And the center back pairing is huge for me. Those are two players who've been there for a long time. They've won things. They work well together.
They're proven center backs. Yeah.
Now, in this match, I don't think the goalkeeper had to worry about much because I think there was no shots on target for Valladolid.
You are correct.
But unfortunate for them. But hey, Real Madrid,
they still did the job. It shows that their defense knows what they're doing.
Atletico,
they score. They
drew 0-0 against Leganes. This team is just, oh my God. If there was one team in the world that upset me more than Atletico, I don't know who it is.
Is it because they have a lot of talent and they should be doing better?
They should be doing better,
but it's always 0-0 or 1-1. It's all it ever is.
Their play style and their tactics are just negative. Like, don't concede. Oh wait, guys, we forgot to score a goal.
There's times I haven't been able to watch them in the past 2 weeks, but before that they were having a positive play style. Yeah. Well, maybe not scoring, but they were having a positive play style.
They were scoring. Went back like a month or two ago.
But goals dried up. They're heavily interested in Cavani. That deal seems like it might happen.
Seems a little stalled in the water right now, though.
I mean,
might be going to Chelsea or Arsenal or United.
I think he rejected United.
I would also reject United. Don't touch it, Edison. You're better than them.
Yeah. So,
João Felix, though. Are you getting a little worried with him?
He's 19. Why would I be worried?
He's cost how much?
Yes, but
that's paying for potential, not for right now. He
still looks good.
You sound like Manchester United right now, Lucas. We buy for tomorrow, not for today.
Well, he still looks fantastic though, and he still has a bright future.
He's a good player.
He'll be good.
I'm not stupid. He's a good player. He's going to be more than okay.
Shout out Getafe in 4th place. That's kind of mad.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
And Sevilla had a massive win too.
Sevilla 2-0 over Granada. Granada have been all right this year. They're in 11th.
I mean,
nothing special, nothing great. But goals from Nolito and Luke de Jong. Best Dutchman in the world.
Yeah. Real Sociedad with a win too against Mallorca. Great to see.
Mallorca.
FC Odegaard. Just kidding.
Yeah, pretty much.
But not much else to say in La Liga. We talked about the big teams. We don't have the greatest knowledge on the mid-table or the relegation battles, so sorry about that.
Quickly, if we do touch on Liga 1, if you'd like to. PSG got a 2-0 victory over Lille, and Lyon 3-0 over Toulouse.
PSG still being
Monaco,
absolutely fantastic.
Monaco got beat up by Strasbourg 3-1. This club's crap.
Can I mention Eredivise if you're going to mention Liga?
Sure.
Ajax lost.
Okay.
2-1 to Groningen.
Okay.
AZ Alkmaar won, so that means AZ Alkmaar are only 3 points behind Ajax.
Where's Feyenoord?
Third. But they're like 10 points behind Ajax.
You're not in the title race.
PSV Eindhoven tied Twente. There's some drama going on with PSV Eindhoven.
Okay, what's going on?
So you know Bergwijn?
Yes.
So apparently, he didn't show up for this match. He went to London.
Huh.
Because apparently there's a supposed transfer happening between him and Spurs.
Fair enough.
And then...
Because, Spurs have not failed with strikers coming from the Eredivise before.
Yeah.
Vincent Janssen comes to mind.
Well, no, this guy is really promising, though.
Lucas. So was Vincent Janssen.
This guy, I think, is more legit than Vincent Janssen, but...
Greg's tired of you right now.
I'm
tired of Lucas.
No. Just Lucas. Just this episode's been fantastic.
What? Well, the PSV CEO talked about these rumors of Bergwijn traveling to London, so I don't know if everything's official, but they said if that's the case, we'll now stop the negotiations.
Fair enough.
So
well, yeah, if you're gonna, you gotta show up for your matches.
You can just walk out while you're still
on the team, because then that's just you're still on the club. That shows Spurs that
this guy is not great.
Yeah, you're just gonna do it. Well, imagine if you do that to us,
Yeah, if you care, there's this Reddit post called "Reconstructing Chaos: Bergwijn's Transfer." I haven't read it yet, but I think that goes over everything.
It's a long post, so you can
Lucas, if you're gonna mention Eredivise, I'm gonna mention Scotland.
Okay, quickly.
Celtic won 3-0 against Ross County. Scenes, you love to see it. Lee Griffiths is coming back. It's good. We also played Karamoko Dembele today.
Ooh.
There's a picture of him at he's like 5'5", I want to say, and then Christopher Julian, or 6'5" center back. It was great.
Do you think Karamoko Dembele can make it at the top?
Oh yeah, that kid's a baller.
Even at 5'5"?
I don't know how tall he exactly is, but he's
160 centimeters.
He's only how old?
16, turning 17 next month.
He's okay. He's an absolute phenomenal on the ball player. But the big scenes, Lucas.
Better than Celtic? The player.
Is he better than Celtic?
Yeah,
not at the moment.
But would you think he'll grow into a top team?
If he continues his...
Sorry that I just said Celtic's not a top team.
No, but if he continues to grow at the rate that he is promised to grow at, you could see him being one of the next players to have a big transfer to another club or to the Premier League or whatever. Mm-hmm. He does play for England as international level, so you could expect him one day to go. I know there was rumors of him going to Chelsea already. They kind of were interested in him, so I mean,
I love seeing young players, young talent coming in and just taking over because, as you all know, the Ronaldo Messi era it's ending.
End, yeah. And we got Mbappe. And Karamoko Dembele. But the scenes, Lucas. Mm-hmm. Hearts.
Shout out to our Hearts fan that watches
2-1 over Rangers. You
Massive
love to see it.
Game.
Up yours, you bastards. You love to see it. Remember your place. You're second.
Stephen Naismith plays?
Yes, he's there. He scored.
Didn't he play for Rangers in the past?
He's been around, Lucas. The man is how old? Basically, when you're old in Scotland,
I'm still laughing.
When you're old in Scotland, you just play for all the teams. You just move around.
33. It's not that old.
He's old. But I love Steven Gerrard's comment after the game. It was, Celtic were waiting for us to blink, and we blinked. You're damn right you did. Slippy G's gone again. That could be the game right there. That right there. It's such a tight title race this season, and you looked at the schedule for the rest of the year and you said, other than the Old Firm coming up, both teams should win all their games. Mm-hmm. That was a huge loss of points.
I mean, they still have a game in hand. If they win that, they're 2 points behind.
They do.
But one thing I'm worried about, Kilmarnock.
Yeah, they're bad.
At least 5 losses in a row. Doesn't still pass the last 5.
Very bad.
Yeah. But anyways, is that everything to...
I think so.
Oh, Hearts are last place. So
yes.
That is.
Yes. Yeah. It was a big shock.
Hey, Hearts are getting closer out of the relegation zone. Is it bottom 2 that get relegated or?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
I believe so. I don't deal with relegations very often, Lucas.
But okay.
Shows you my knowledge of the Scottish Premiership right there. Sorry.
So I think
bottom 1 gets relegated. Second bottom gets relegation playoffs.
Okay. So I think that covers everything.
Yes.
So Liam, take us away.
From all of us for 90 minutes.
Including
Waz. Thank you for tuning in and listening and watching. I said that really weirdly, but I said it the way I said it. Make sure you are subscribed on our YouTube, following us on any and all social medias. Links are in the description, like I said. Hit us up on Spotify. Comment down below. Get involved in the conversation. It's been a bit of an weird episode, I want to say.
Sorry.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It's different
when we had a program. We had Waz calling in.
It's different when we don't have Premier League going on.
Honestly, that's kind of our mainstay. I know you guys probably realize that. And we appreciate all the support you guys have been giving us these past few months. And if you've been around from the very beginning, then thank you.
Thank you for 800 subscribers.
Yes, and 12,000 TikToks.
Well, this is YouTube on podcasts. And podcast apps, they've been going up significantly recent weeks. So thank you for those listening on those audio apps.
Yes, I know I listen to Spotify a lot.
Yes.
But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening from the 3 of us and Waz. This has been yet another week in the beautiful game. See you next time. I don't have a Premier League team. I just respect quality.
Yeah, I don't have a Premier League team.
No, you don't. You're correct.
He used to, and now he doesn't.
I'm sorry. They could come back. Fulham could come back.
Just a side note. I think if you guys come back, you're going to get relegated again.
Just up, down, up, down.